I am back to work on the RX7 again. It's been a couple of days and I'm motivated to get back into this bad boy. Got a few boxes of Raceworks parts here, some that I'd previously set up, some brand new stuff. Got these couple of pipes which I'm hoping we can add into the secondary runners there and just make, you know, something just like that. Perfect. But at the moment the weld is blocked in over in the corner, so we need to get some other shit done on the car first so I can get onto the ground. Under the car, not too much, just want to get the tail shaft in. I don't think I'm going to touch the rear brakes yet, same as the fronts. I don't think I'll play around with them yet. Front guard still off, but we've got a couple of boxes of Raceworks parts. So the biggest thing is we got radiator hose, got the fittings I ordered last time, so that's ready to go in, and we got some injectors and the coil packs. Coil packs have got a little bracket there, one of their brackets. It's pretty simple, bolt her on, and I reckon I'm going to chuck that down here. I've got one thread here, I'm going to chuck another one here. I reckon two's probably going to be enough, but we'll see when we get it on there how sturdy it feels, if I need to add another two. Don't quite know how I'm going to drill there, as I don't have a right angle drill bit, but we'll make it work, because I want to get everything in place so I can do the engine wiring. Probably won't do the rest of the chassis wiring, but if I can get the engine done, we're halfway there. The rest of it's not too bad after that. And I reckon I can. Out the hole, up and around. That way I can start mounting things properly, as everything will be in the way. Well, everything will be where it needs to be, not in the way. Chucked the exhaust manifold on the other day as I just wanted to mock stuff up. You can see the screamer pipe's going to need about a 3-inch pipe and it'll be perfect. Oh, she's loose. The T4 flange is actually going to get adapted to a V-band flange, which I still need to order, but that's much of a muchness at the moment. You've got two lines there that are probably going to burn, so you'll need a bit of protection on those, but that's a job for later on at the moment. First up, knock out these bloody radiator hoses and get these coil packs mounted. Still waiting on one fitting, just a straight to go there, but I can deal with that one later on. I assume you guys are the same as me. We just have those days where you jump between jobs, you feel like you achieve nothing but do a bit. Get the top radiator hose on, had a bit of a hiccup on the bottom one. Turns out 230s don't join up to where I wanted them to be. I think if I change that one to a straight, I'll be able to make it work, and it'll just be a little bit bloody pissy, but she'll be right. But the top one looks nice. Obviously that's still on there loose, as it'll have to come off, get sealed up, painted, all that jazz anyway. Coil pack bracket's only held on by one bolt still, but I've threaded through the engine loom. Nearly tripped up on the bugger there. She's 5 meters long. That's just one section of the loom. The rest is chilling on the floor. My plan is get this done, get it inside, build it on the bench, and get it right. I've bolted on a couple of bits so I can work out the length. I think these two injectors will stay, these two will go. Just got to bolt the top hat on and work out where the map sensor is going to go as well. Otherwise we've got the oil pressure, we've got fuel pressure, we got coolant temp and pressure over there, and we've got bloody trigger here that'll run down away from the alternator. Don't want to mess with the signal, and the coil packs obviously will have their own wire running down there. Map sensor chilling over here, which will run along the back. Originally that wire was going to come through in the cabin, but I think I'll keep it with the engine loom and just run it along the brake lines, that way everything there's together and I don't have to puncture that grommet over there unless I absolutely have to. But yeah, she'll all be together. Oh wow, this could be a bit of a challenge, but I do have the bloody Haltech printouts. Everything's color coded, it's good to go. Just have to tick and flick as I go and get it all together. Oh, and I got the door handle on. That was a good little win. Otherwise, yeah, I feel like I've achieved not much, just been fighting myself, doing silly little jobs, and I'll keep doing that. The wiring, I might do a little bit of filming for it, but chances are I'll just show you at the end when it's all cut to length, so I really do need to concentrate on that one. That's it, game over. everything's cut to length. Wow, I say game over, because if I screw it up now, it's a bloody expensive mistake, or a bloody challenging one. Everything's cut to length, measured out, cable ties where it needs to. It'll run along the firewall, clipping into a few spots. Should be good. Ended up removing a little bit of wire there, and a hell of a lot of wire there, which I still have to coil up. Because hey, it's colour coded wire, keep it, because it's going to be handy. Should be good. But yeah, everything is run out to where it needs to be. I can pretty much terminate the whole lot except for the injector plugs. And I've allowed for 2 extra injectors later on if I ever go down that path, or God forbid someone else buys the car. It needs to. The the boost controller is actually going to go through there. I looked at it, I mocked up the exhaust housing, and I just don't want to have to deal with the heat by the wires. And I realised after seeing a picture from Dom that the bonnet hood release comes out of there as well, so I'm going to have to put a hole in it no matter what, so that's okay. So we'll get it all pulled out and get it inside. That way, as soon as it gets dark, I can work on it. No point wasting good sun hours working on it out here. what came over me, but I felt like working on the intake manifold. As you can see there, everything is rough cut out. Still have to drill some holes. You can see the plates reasonably smoothed out. Still got to clean up the inside edges of them a bit. Just gonna say it was sitting nice in there before, but yep, that one's the same. And yeah, pretty easy. This one here will be pretty simple to weld around. You can get from both sides. This one's going to be a little bit harder to get down in there, especially when it's back where it needs to be so the nut can go. I'm going to have to build this bit up a little bit. Should be able to do it. We'll find out, eh? Bit of a challenge, but I need to mark that one out. I've got to mark this bugger out as well and drill some holes. Then get the die grinder out and clean it up on the inside. Should be fun. Lost a lot of footage building the intake, but here she is, nearly done. Just got to finish welding it. Some welds are good, some welds not so good. It's just a bit of porosity in it. Still got to finish around here, just around here and around the back. And then once that's all done, mill the faces, especially because I welded up the exhaust port here that just went to the EGR. No need for that. Welded up all the old vacuum lines. I'll mill the top face as well. By mill I mean just chuck on the belt sander, get it flat. Just 2 vacuum ports left, one for the map sensor, one for the fuel rig. That is good. Yeah, she is pretty much done. Wow. On the back half of it, while that's been happening though, I have had some new parts arrive. Got the rear housing for the turbos arrived. So 1.21 rear housing. It's a Your Miles turbo G35 1050. Should be good, just a Chinese special, similar to the Pulsar turbos. Got a little adapter flange down there. T4 to V-band. Was going to make my own, but hey, buy it, easier, and at least I can use a T4 flange later on if I want. So I've got the oil drain just chilling down there, bolted on. But at the moment, that is just so I could get the turbo where I wanted, just roughly. I still have to clock the compressor housing, but we'll do that when I run the pipes. Might do a little bit of fabrication stuff today, start mocking up intercooler pipes. I also want to chuck all the body loom in, well, all the loom in. I finished building the engine loom that is chilling inside. I just did that during the week, during the night, and yeah, the body loom I want to mock up so I can just cut it all to length, and that way in my downtime I can do that as well. Knock it out off camera, then I can run the battery cables. Got a little Full River battery that'll go over here. Nice bracket that Jamie at Raceworks had made up for me. They're available there. It's just nice request from me. I like running these Full Rivers. They work well. I've never actually had an issue with them dying on me. So yeah, rate them highly. I couldn't help myself. I had to mock up everything. Intakes on there loosely bolted. Just got the old lower half on. And see all the EGR sort of stuff there that's been removed on the new one. Look at it. Bloody good, isn't it? Compressor housing's just loose at the moment, so I can twist it round, but all the fittings are on there. So that's where the rear will sit, that's where the centre will sit. Now I just got the bloody big old box of Raceworks stuff, some pipe. I'm going to start bloody mocking up the cooler pipe. Go cooler pipe. I've got this little bugger welded on, just a 3.5 inch down to 2.5 inch. So it goes down to there. A little bit of a bend there ready to go on the cooler pipe. Around to a bend there. Back up that hole to the turbo. Got this elbow ready to go, welded on. Probably drop that down so it'll be about there. Could cut it off there, but I reckon I'll just cut it off the bend. So that'll sit there, down, around to there. Then should be able to fit an intake pipe just there, just a small bugger. Should look good. Same time I've been doing that while I've been waiting for things to cool down. That is everything that's needed for the front body loom. So that'll run down, around there, well, some of it will run up to here, and around the front. Headlight, 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 headlight. Yeah, it should be good. But for now, let's have some lunch and get into knocking out this wiring and fab work. Alright, so this couldn't get much easier. We've got 90 straight out of the pack, 45 straight out of the pack, sitting flush with each other. Bit of tape there to hold it together. Got the real oil cap on now in the fitting. Obviously I can move that to whatever orientation I want. So we've got straight out there, along the top of the chassis rail. And yep, ready to go 90 down. Probably trim off this 45 a little bit. And it'll go down to that pipe. Then it'll go a little 45 down there. So 90. Beautiful. Can't get much easier than that. Yeah, it's a long route and I'd probably like to go down like a 45 down here. Could do. This is easy and it's out of the way. Oh, do I? Do I go down? No. Down, round. Oh, could look nice. Could look nice to sit it low. Let's have a play with that. Most of the cooler pipe done over there, just chilling. Ended up running down and along the rail. Just looked tidier, but I'm missing the bend I need in there. I need like, I don't know, like a 30-degree bend. So I'll see what Raceworks have got listed up. Then just got this side here to do. So I had to wipe some shit off the lens. So yeah, that one will just be a 90 to a small bend down the bottom. Probably the same size I ordered for the other side. But I don't have enough. So we're going to move on to the wiring to finish off this video. Just going to go nuts and start marking things out. That cooler pipe looks at home now, doesn't it? Bloody hell. Well, the loom has been run underneath, all around, cut. I was going to film it, but you just see me going back and forth towards the bloody pictures. You can see here everything's spliced that needs to go both sides. Obviously it's going to get some heat shrink on it and all that jazz to protect it, but for now it's just sorting out the lay of the land. A few wires that are going to be chilling up there. There's only going to be 2 relays in this car apart from the actual ECU itself, the VCU. But yeah, it is looking good. These will run down the bottom there. I did want to run through there, but I'd have to cut the hole bigger. So down there is all good. It's where the factory car loom runs anyway. Should be good. Now I just got to run some battery cables and all that jazz. They'll get a bulkhead down the bottom. I really need to get some spark plug leads. That way I don't get to a point where I'm ready to start it. And it's the last thing missing, so I'll sort that as well. So I've just been trying to work out this bugger. So the brake booster line, I reckon we're going to go 90 and then flick that around and probably go 135. That way it allows me enough room to actually put a bit of line in the middle. Not the prettiest, but it'll be the best option I can do. Oh, she's looking good. I'm just standing back having a look and just wrapped with how it's all coming along. But I reckon that's me done for the day, as I'm running out of light and I need to do the wiring in the interior next.